Hello everyone. Okay, this is the video that I promised you to work out the learner index, that is the index of measuring monopoly power, where you just take the difference between the selling price and the marginal cost, and you get a ratio of that difference divided by the selling price. So we worked this in class today, and we kind of ran out of time, and it looked counterintuitive. So now I've worked it out carefully, and I've laid it out in Excel. So I changed things around just a little bit so that our solutions would be more normal. I've raised, if you have your notes from class, I've raised the total cost to 4,000. And I think this is the same demand curve that we had in class, 1700 minus 10p. So these are our conditions. And then from that, let me move my picture out of the way here a little bit. This is what Excel looks like given that demand curve. This is our total revenue function, and then marginal revenue is way over here. Here's the price that I got from the total revenue function. Price is just total revenue divided by Q. Marginal revenue, of course, is the rate of change in total revenue. And then the total cost data I can't remember if I put that up. Yeah. So here's the total cost function. This is the function that I used to generate this total cost data that you see here. Okay, so with all of that, I went ahead and I plotted the total cost and total revenue, and they look very similar to the ones we've drawn in class. It has this funny negative dip here, which will show up in the average total cost curves as falling below the axis, but that's okay. And then profit maximization is going to occur over here somewhere. It's hard to see in this picture, but if we go to the average cost function, it's kind of easy to see. Marginal cost equals marginal revenue right here, and that's where output is 36. And let me see if I can just insert that. Let's insert a shape. Let's just get this line right here so we can just sort of come down like that, and then we can something like that. And then, of course, the price is way over there. And to get the learner index, of course, we need also this value. And let me see if I can get all of those things. I think that'll do it. Yeah. So that's what it would be. In terms of the math, let me find my calculator. We need this value right here, which is 1340 minus this value down here, which is 990. And then they're going to divide the thing by, remember now, it's the difference in the price and marginal cost divided by the price. So divided by, again, the 1340. And I get a learner index of 0.26119. 0.26119. So this is the first one. So the learner index is 0.26119, something like that. Okay, so what James said in class today was, well, what if we change the steepness of the demand curve? So if we go back to this thing, if we make this demand curve twice as steep, and the way I did it was I rotated it down this way and I left that point the same. And the way you do that algebraically is you leave this intercept the same, 1700, and you just change the slope now from minus 10 to minus 20. And so then we have equations that look like this. So now everything's exactly the same except the demand curve is now 1700 minus 20Q. And the data looks like that. Here's the data. So if you're working this to make sure you can do it, your data should look like that. All the numbers are the same except for total revenue will be different, price will be different, marginal revenue will be different, and of course profit will be different. All the cost functions would be the same. So then I went ahead and plotted those. I didn't plot the total cost, total revenue function, but I plotted the average cost curves. And now they look like this. The demand curve is twice as steep. I'm a little nervous about this average total cost curve. Hold on a second. No, that's right. Average total cost is above the line, so I'm okay. All right, so my values now are my marginal cost is 464, and Q star is 30. And the other one, Q star, was Q star was 36, so they've cut back a little bit. Okay, so now Q star is 30. My marginal cost is 538, and then let me see if I can get a good idea of what my so at 30 the price was 1080, so that would be 1080 minus, I've already forgotten what this number was, minus 464. I get 616, then of course divided by 1080, and that gives me a learner value of 0.5703. So going back over here, 0.5703, that's my learner index. Okay, so let's see if that makes sense. So in this case, there's more monopoly power. The learner index is higher. And in the other case, this is a little bit less monopoly power because the demand curve is less steep and the learner index is a smaller number. Hey, there's order in the universe. It all seems to work out. So this was kind of tedious. It's not really hard, but it takes a while to do it. And you should practice. You have all my data here. You should make sure you can do this. Okay, I hope you found this helpful.